All right, what are we at? 33 now? Let's keep it going. So this episode has Jeffrey Jones, which I always love seeing Jeffrey Jones in anything. Anthony Michael Hall, which it's always funny because after his John Hughes days where he was the geeky kid, he started working out, taking steroids. I don't know what the hell he was doing, but he got bigger and he starts playing the cool kid in school. Like, he plays the villain in Edward Scissorhands, and in this one he plays the jock dummy, which he's the exact opposite in The Breakfast Club. And that's kind of the character he was getting typecasted as. So I'm guessing, who wants to be that person in real life? Like, in a movie, it's nice to be able to have a character like that, but nobody wants to be that kind of guy in real life. Now, another person that's in this movie is, like, when I was looking at her, I was like, oh my God, that's freaking Natalie Anderson. I was so excited to see Les's sister from License to Drive, one of my all-time favorite 80s comedies. I've talked about it on here a million freaking times. Natalie! I love seeing her. Jeffrey Jones does his Howard the Duck voice a few times in here, when he goes bad and like that voice. He does it like a bunch of times. He does it in few movies, but anytime I hear it, I just immediately am pulled back into Howard the Duck, which I got to review Howard the Duck one day because that movie's awesome. It's so not for kids. And I think that's a big reason of why it flopped and why it's regarded as this big failure and a hated movie and this and that. But the movie's great. It's hilarious. It's ridiculous. It's so, like, racy. Oh my God, there's some stuff in that movie. Holy shit. Duck tits and, like, play duck and duck condoms and this ambiguous scene where maybe the duck and her were about to get it on or did get it on. He goes and works at like a cleanup shop at like a bathhouse, and he's like a fucking cum rag guy. The shit they throw in that movie, I'm like, this is meant for children. Oh my God, watching it now, wow. And people thought like The Cat in the Hat was way too adult for kids. I'm like, do you guys not remember Howard the Duck? Shit, Cat in the Hat is freaking like way less tame, way tamer, should I say. Anyway, we're not here to talk about Howard the Duck. So this story is a little ridiculous, but whatever. Overall it's a good episode. It's a fine episode. So Anthony Michael Hall is the idiot dullard in class. He's, not paying attention. Jeffrey Jones keeps calling him out for it. He's going to fail this class. So he goes to the dorky chick who no one pays attention to and anything, even though she's absolutely adorable and beautiful. And they always do that. Just throw some glasses on her. It'll make her a dork. Please. She's adorable. Anyways. So he goes to her at her job, and he's like, please help me. I just need you to go over to his house and blah, blah, blah. They make up this little stupid plan, and he like gives her a kiss and cons her into it because he's the cool jock guy that she just would be falling over to help. And so, she goes over to Jeffrey Jones's house. Jeffrey goes and grabs her and tries to throw her in this burial chamber that he has in his basement, which immediately when I saw it, I was like, I don't think it's a good idea to have a student over to your house at night. Although then I find out that he's there to kill her, which then made the plan even dumber. And the whole plan around it is so stupid, I can't even believe it. Like, okay, so let's break this down. So he goes to Anthony Michael Hall, who's failing his class. And it went one of two ways. He either went to him or Anthony Michael Hall came to his teacher and was like, look, I'm failing this class. Like, what can I do to pass? Or he went to him and he was like, look, you're failing this class. This is what you got to do to get out of it. But I'm going to guess that Anthony Michael Hall came to him. And for him to pass a single class he has to help murder one of his classmates. That seems like a hefty price to pay for a fucking passing grade on a midterm or something. A C plus, and that's all he wants to give him, a C plus, which makes sense because he's dumb and that's a passing grade and whatever. But you're gonna murder a girl over a C plus, and the whole idea that there would be a student that would be that like malicious is ridiculous. It's a show. I mean, of course, I'm just having fun here, but so why would Jeffrey Jones, like, for one, he doesn't need him at all. Like, really, he could have just invited the girl over. But I guess he's trying to cut out the like witnesses of him asking her to come over, so he's gonna have it kind of like pushed over to Anthony Michael Hall, who's going to push her in secret to go over to his house. But he could have invited her, like, when she's alone in the class. Like, she could have told people, regardless. For Anthony Michael Hall or for Jeffrey Jones, she could have been like, look, I'm going over to my teacher's house tonight. But I guess because it's kind of in secret that they're doing it, she's not going to tell anyone, and that I don't know, makes that way. I just was like, really? You didn't even need him? Because in all honesty, why would you pick a girl from your class, especially like the best student in the class? Aren't you somebody, because that's really what this is all about. Like, he has had this passed down to him generations and generations, and he wants to keep a piece of Egypt alive because he's so into that stuff. And he has a freaking protege. He has a student in his class who actually pays attention. Like, shouldn't he be wanting to kill Anthony Michael Hall and not her? Like, she seems to be someone who's kind of after his own heart, something that he's into, she would then be into. That doesn't matter, but I'm just saying, like, why would you kill somebody from your class? That would do nothing but put all the focus on your room, like, on you. You'd be a suspect. Like, anyone in her immediate vicinity would be a suspect. So, I mean, of course, I'm way, way, way overthinking this, but I just, really, a passing grade, a girl in your class, like, there's so many things that you're just like, It's just the suspension of disbelief. It gets to a point where you're like, sure. I like that he gives him a drink because he probably knows he's going to blackmail him, and he wants to cover it up anyways. I don't think he was going to let him out of this. Like, he gives him the drink before he even starts blackmailing him. He does give him a second drink. So it could be argued that that's the drink that has this freaking organ melting shit in it. How he didn't taste that, I'm going to guess that if it was melting your insides, it would probably melt your tongue and your esophagus going down. So I don't think, unless, I'm sure he put it in some kind of drink, but I have a feeling that if it, because he starts vomiting up his organs, like they're just like black sludge. And I'm thinking if it worked that fast, it would be burning you. Yes, overthinking. I'm well aware. I like that she uses her knowledge to get out of this. Like, she paid attention in class, and she pulls the whole Ginny on Jason thing in Friday the 13th Part 2, where she puts on the sweater and pretends to be his mom. Like, she does this. She grabs the stuff, and she puts it on. Kind of reminds me of The Mummy, too, where Imhotep or whatever, he believes that Raquel Weisz's character is his lover, reincarnate, and so he's after her. So it's kind of the same kind of thing going on here. And yeah, she exploits that weakness and then also knows his history, so she knows what a jealous streak he has, and so she comes on to Jeffrey Jones, which makes him go and grab that freaking, that brain scrambler thing that we all knew about in class. Jeffrey Jones was right on that. Like, even the most, like, even a person who doesn't give a shit usually pays attention to the gross stuff. And I have to agree, like I did, like when they were talking about the brain scrambler thing they pulled out through the nose, I was paying attention to that in class. I can't remember what the fuck it was called and all that, but I do remember the procedure. But yeah, but yeah, she uses it against them, and then she brings both their bodies mummified into class as the school project, which I thought was really stupid of her. But I mean, it's a fun ending, but that was her plan, really? Like, I don't understand. So, but anyways, yeah, I had fun with it. I'm gonna try to get some other ones done tonight, but until then.